All right, so we've constructed our unit circle with degrees, but there's also another way to measure circles, and that's with something called radians. So while we are probably more comfortable or more used to seeing the degrees, again, there's another way to think about it or to measure it, and we do need to talk about that. So the other way that we talk about it is through radians. So again, this initial starting point right here would be like 0 pi radians. So radians, again, anything times 0 is just 0. So really, this would be 0. Okay, so it basically we're measuring in terms of pi. And one entire loop around the circle, so going all the way around, is called 2 pi radians. So again, like how we had 0 degrees and 360 degrees, we also have 0 pi radians. Again, you can put pi if you want, but 0 times pi is 0, or 2 pi radians. So if we think about all the way around the circle is 2 pi radians, and we want to try to fill it out kind of how we did the last time, some of our easy landmarks, again, this would be pi over 2. Halfway would be 1 pi. Going straight down here would be 3 pi over 2. And then all the way around would be 2 pi. So if you think about adding half a pi every time, 0 pi, pi over 2, pi over 2 plus pi over 2 is pi. Pi plus half a pi is 3 pi over 2. And pi plus pi is 2 pi. Which then again can lead us into breaking into these smaller denominations. So again, I like to start kind of on this middle section, the 45s. So if we say, okay, in between 0 pi and pi over 2, well, halfway between 0 pi and pi over 2 is pi over 4. So let's add another pi. So pi over 4 plus pi over 4 is pi over 2. Plus another pi over 4 is 3 pi, 3 pi over 4, yeah. Plus another pi over 4 is 4 pi over 4, which again, 4 pi over 4 cancels out into just pi. And then if we add another, so then we're going to get 5 pi over 4. And then down here we get 6 pi over 4. But you can reduce 6 pi over 4 into 3 pi over 2 plus 7 pi over 4. And then again, this is 8 pi over 4. But 8 divided by 4 gives us our 2 pi. So if you just think about adding pi over 4 to each like middle segment, you'll be able to construct the units. Okay, now to get into the 30, 60s and those. So again, instead of calling it 30 degrees, I can say that this is pi over 6. Okay, so this is pi over 6 radians. So if I add another pi over 6, I'm going to end up with 2 pi over 6. However, this can be reduced to pi over 3. So we call this pi over 3. And then if I add another pi over 6, I end up with 3 pi over 6. But again, 3 divided by 6 equals 1 pi over 2, which is pi over 2. So we already have that one. But the thinking is just keep adding pi over 6 to each degree. So my next step, okay, I did have 3 pi over 6. Now I have 4 pi over 6. 4 pi over 6, but really that's like saying 2 pi over 3. 4 pi over 6 plus pi over 6 gives me 5 pi over 6. And then 6 pi over 6 really just equals, because 6 divided by 6 equals 1. So pi. And then I have 7 pi over 6. 8 pi over 6, but 8 pi over 6 can be reduced to 4 pi over 3. And then 8 over 6 then you can have 9 pi over 6, which can be reduced. Again, 9 pi over 6 can be reduced to 6 pi over 4, which can be reduced to 3 pi over 2. So then after 9 pi over 6, I have 10 pi over 6, but 10 pi over 6 is really, if I divide by 2, I get 5 pi over 3. 11 pi over 6, and then again 12 pi over 6 can be reduced to 2 pi. So again, these are called radians. So you have degrees, you have radians, and then you have these coordinates of all of the various unit circle points. So absolutely, I strongly recommend you write this down. You have a copy of this. You need to know how to construct it so that you can, if someone says, hey, what's the y coordinate of 5 pi over 6? You need to be able to figure that out. If someone said, hey, what is the x and y coordinate of 315 degrees? You'd have to be able to construct it out. So again, all you have to do is come up with one section of it, and if you can create one section of it, you can create the whole unit circle based off of the x and y positive and negative coordinates.